Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to make a top 5 video for you guys in San Andreas. I still have the sweet character analysis video coming up and a few other San Andreas videos, but I wanted to make this video in which I would highlight pretty much most of the major hidden signs that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ. Now, if you are playing San Andreas the very first time, like when I played this game the very first time, I had no idea that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ. However, though, if you replay the game a second time, and this is what makes the San Andreas story so awesome, there are actually hidden signs that Big Smoke is actually going to betray you, and it's really cool. So in this video, I'll be talking about the top 5 hidden signs that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ early on. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. So starting off here, the very first sign that Big Smoke was going to betray you is actually in the very first mission. In the mission, Carl goes to his mother's funeral, he meets up with Sweet, they get into an argument, Kendall walks away, and then what happens is the Ballas come by in a drive-by, and they shoot at the gang, they hit Big Smoke's car, which blows up. The gang then gets on bicycles and tries to get away. When they're getting away on the bicycles, the Ballas car will not target, I repeat, target Ryder or Big Smoke. They will not shoot or chase Ryder or Big Smoke. However, when you get to the intersection, you will see they're clearly going after Sweet. They're trying to kill Sweet. Sweet does escape from them. And then Carl follows Ryder and Big Smoke. And when he gets past the freeway area right here and he starts going down the main street towards Grove Street, the Ballas car reappears. At this point, even if Carl is ahead of Big Smoke and Ryder by a lot, the Ballas car will pass both Big Smoke and Ryder and will actually chase CJ and shoot at him. Now, some people might argue all this just because the AI was just programmed to target CJ specifically. However, there's other missions in the game where you have allies like Sweet, for instance, especially at the end of the game, and Sweet will actually get shot by the Ballas and will actually die. So the Ballas will actually target allies of yours in other missions. They specifically do not target Big Smoke and Ryder in this mission, and there's a reason for that. Next at number 4, we have not shooting at the Ballas in drive-thru and changing the subject. Now, this is that infamous mission where Big Smoke makes that huge order. Pretty much every San Andreas fan knows this mission. The mission starts out with Carl going to Sweet's house, and he sees Sweet, Big Smoke, and Ryder exiting the house. Big Smoke and Sweet are actually in the middle of an argument, in which Big Smoke actually says that respect has to be earned, just like money. Sweet then says, "What are you saying? You don't respect me?" To which Big Smoke actually immediately changes the conversation. He changes the subject, talking about food, making a joke out of it. Big Smoke, in this aspect, I think he was questioning Sweet's leadership. But I think that when Sweet stepped up and got in his face, I think that he immediately changed the subject. Take a look at this.
What's happening with you, Ryder?
Respect has to be earned, Sweet, just like money.
So what you saying? You don't respect me?
What I'm saying is,
Speak up, nigga.
I'm hungry.
Oh, man, shit. Hey,
Man
what's going
cannot
on?
live on bread alone. I know. I tried that shit. Carl, you look a little thin, man. You gotta be hungry, man.
Yeah,
Man,
I
what
could
you
eat.
fools trying to eat?
That's
What about
wrong.
some tacos? Tacos again? Hell no.
Chicken, man. No
Man,
discussion.
I don't want no chicken.
But there's even more hints that Big Smoke will betray Grove Street in this mission. When CJ is driving the gang to Cluckenbell, CJ will actually ask Sweet what happened with his mother's death, to which actually Ryder will actually say that some people saw a green Saber driving away. This is correct, the green Saber is the vehicle that the killers used in the murder. However, though, we know that Ryder betrays Grove Street later on. Now, it's unknown why Ryder brings up the green Saber. He would have known about it. It's either because the developers did not intend for him to be a traitor and then made him a traitor later on, or something else. But regardless, Ryder does bring up the green Saber, to which Big Smoke will actually try avoiding the subject as much as possible. He'll try diverting the conversation elsewhere. And then when CJ actually finally pulls up to the drive-thru, when everybody's ordering their food, CJ is still talking about it, and then Big Smoke completely tries to change the conversation into food. Take a listen to this and watch what Big Smoke says exactly.
Moms get killed. We got to talk about it.
We all gotta talk about it. They was going for Sweet.
How you supposed to know that? You know what people are like. Say they have love for you, but won't say a word. Too damn scared.
Some people say they saw a green Saber doing the work, then speeding away.
Yeah, but people like to talk, don't they? Anyway, that's half of Santos you talking about.
Yeah, you right. My bad.
Hey, bruh.
They had sprayed the house. I ain't see shit.
Watch it, beef.
Hey, sorry, bruh. You know I gotta know about mine.
I know, CJ, I know. I'm just trying not to think about it, is all. I mean, I didn't even know she was hit until it was all over.
Yeah, right. Let's eat.
However, the biggest hint at Big Smoke's betrayal in this mission is right when CJ spots the Ballas car. The gang chases after the Ballas and opens fire on them. The Ballas are shooting at them, and CJ, Ryder, and Sweet are shooting at the Ballas, but Big Smoke is not. He is not shooting at the Ballas. He's saying that he's eating food. He's hungry. Now, this is why Rockstar are geniuses when they wrote this story, because this all comes together. This proves Big Smoke's betrayal. When somebody's playing this the first time, they won't think that Big Smoke is a traitor. They'll just think, oh, that's part of his character. He just likes eating food. That's why he's not firing at the Ballas. But later on, it makes much more sense.
Come on, Smoke, shoot!
Hey, I'm just finishing my fry.
Damn, that was some serious shit. Yeah, man, those baller fools won't try that again. Now let's get back to the Grove.
All right, I'm on it.
Oh, man. That food filled a hole.
You chubby motherfucker. Next time you better start blast or I'm gonna blast you myself. Smoke, you wide, man. I mean, wide.
And that's why you love me, baby.
At number 3, we have moving out of Grove Street and into Ballas territory. Now, in the exact same mission drive-thru, CJ finds out that Big Smoke has moved out of Grove Street, so he decides to drop Big Smoke off at his house. And note, Big Smoke is not just some random Grove Street member. He is second in command. He is the underboss of Grove Street. If Sweet was to die, he would take over Grove Street. So think about it this way. Why would the second in command of Grove Street move into not just some different neighborhood, but Idlewood, which Idlewood is Ballas territory? He moved into Ballas territory. He bought a brand new house in Ballas territory. And when CJ asks him about it, he just makes some generic excuse saying that my aunt died and she gave me the money. It just doesn't make much sense. Somebody playing this the first time, this is something that somebody might catch on to, because this just seems really suspicious.
Hey, Smoke, tell me why you moved out the Grove.
Man, got some money from my aunt. I mean, it's a nice place and all, but the Grove is in my heart, baby. It's where my dogs is at.
Yeah, okay, homie.
The reason that he moved into Idlewood is simple, because he wants to be closer to his new business partners. He wants to be closer to Tenpenny, who constantly frequents the area. Tenpenny, if he was seen around Grove Street going into Big Smoke's house constantly, everybody would talk about that. But him being in Idlewood, not a lot of people are going to talk about that, and the Ballas sure aren't, because the Ballas are his new allies. Moving on to number 2, we have Crash repeatedly at Big Smoke's house. Now, in the few missions that CJ does for Big Smoke, we can see Crash exiting his house in the opening cutscene. And by Crash, I mean the corrupt police force led by Frank Tenpenny and second-in-command Eddie Pulaski. So the first time that CJ sees them is in Running Dog. And then in the second time that CJ actually sees them is he'll see them in Wrong Side of the Tracks. Let's watch those two cutscenes really quick right now.
Boom!
Asshole.
Yo, Carl, see you around.
Fuck they doing over here anyway? Punk-ass police.
Those nosy motherfuckers won't leave me alone. Think I'm Mr. Big or something. But I don't tell them shit. For me, it's all about my homeboy Carl.
Yeah, whatever you say.
The gang is real important, CJ, you know that. You down to represent, baby?
Yeah.
Look, my cousin is coming in town from Mayco. I got to go scoop her up.
All right, then. Come on.
Hey, Carl. Keeping busy, I hope.
You know me, Officer Tenpenny.
Yeah, I know you, Carl. I know everything about you.
Don't touch me, your pig hands.
That's right, Carl. I got my eye on you.
And like I give a fuck.
We're watching you, Carl.
Motherfucker!
What was that all about, baby?
You tell me.
Oh, hell, man. They got their nose in everything. Can't shit without Tenpenny taking an interest. The hell with him.
Yeah, I guess. What's really up?
Hey, thinking of taking a little ride. 3 Deep mentioned a little something that might put us deeper in the game.
All right, I'm down.
So CJ witnesses Tenpenny and Pulaski being at Big Smoke's house several times, and CJ doesn't think much of this because he's being blackmailed by Tenpenny himself, because Tenpenny killed Officer Pendlebury, and is using that to threaten CJ to get him basically to do whatever he wants. However, though, what is noticeable here is that what Big Smoke says exactly about them being at his house. Now, Big Smoke says they got their nose in everybody's business, but then what I notice is that Big Smoke says, I don't tell them anything. And here's the thing. Usually people that are innocent of something, they haven't done something, if they just randomly blurt out, I didn't do it, when they weren't even accused of something, that's usually a red flag. Not always, but it's usually a red flag. When somebody blurts out, I didn't do it, when they're not even being questioned on it. Listen to what Big Smoke says here.
Motherfuckers won't leave me alone. Think I'm Mr. Big or something. But I don't tell them shit. For me, it's all about my homeboy Carl.
Yeah, whatever you say.
The gang is real important, CJ, you know that. You down to represent, baby?
Yeah.
What was that all about, baby?
You tell me.
Oh, hell, man. They got their nose in everything. Can't shit without Tenpenny taking an interest. The hell with him.
Yeah, I guess. What's really up?
Hey, thinking of taking a little ride. 3 Deep mentioned a little something that might put us deeper in the game.
Alright, I'm down.
Notice how Big Smoke just constantly changes the conversation, saying, oh, we gotta go take care of this business. He immediately stops talking about it, doesn't want to talk about it, immediately changes subject. But then at the end of Wrong Side of the Tracks, there's this dialogue in which Carl drops Big Smoke off at his house, and Big Smoke says, Carl, you better head home. I don't want Crash to pull you into something. And Carl says, okay, I'll leave, thinking that Big Smoke's being friendly to him. But in reality, the reason that Big Smoke is saying this is because he doesn't want CJ to catch him and Tenpenny conspiring in the act.
Hey, you better clear out, CJ. I don't want those Crash fools trying to pull you into some shit.
Alright, homie. You be careful with those cats. I'ma see you later.
Before I reveal the number one early hint that I think Big Smoke was going to betray CJ, I want to make a few special mentions. And special mention number 1 is being way too friendly. Now, there's nothing wrong with being friendly, but Big Smoke is just way too friendly to CJ. He almost never argues with CJ or insults CJ in any way. CJ left Los Santos 5 years ago, just abruptly left without telling his friends or family, pretty much abandoned him. Everybody was pissed off at him early on in the game, except Big Smoke. Big Smoke was totally fine with that. And in my personal experience, working in retail for so many years, I know we can't really compare, retail to a video game storyline, but the point that I'm making is that when I interacted with customers, and those customers were just way too friendly, they were more friendly than normal, just way too friendly, they were almost always trying to pull some kind of scam. They were trying to trick you into something. So when somebody like Big Smoke is just way too nice, just keep that in mind. That's also a red flag there. Another special mention that I have here is his name. Think about it. What is his name? Big Smoke. Has that implied he's a traitor? Not his full name, but his initials. And I can't believe I didn't realize this until so many years later, but when you look at Big Smoke's name on the map for his missions, what are the initials? BS. I think everybody knows what BS stands for. Additionally, we have special mention number 3, which is that none of his missions are Grove Street related. If you think about it, all of his missions have nothing to do with Grove Street. Some people might say, well, OG Loke does. OG Loke is more of a Sweet mission, because Sweet is at Big Smoke's house, so you go to pick up OG Loke from jail, and OG Loke ends up betraying CJ anyways. Think about it this way. Running Dog, what is that mission? CJ drives Big Smoke to another part of town, in which Big Smoke tries to buy weed from the Vagos. Another mission, in Wrong Side of the Track, CJ drives Big Smoke to the train station, in which he has CJ chase down and kill a bunch of Vagos gang members that were meeting with the San Fierro Rifa, a gang from San Fierro. How does Big Smoke know about that? And then his last mission, Just Business. In his last mission, Big Smoke is doing some major deal with the Russian Mafia, and it just goes all crazy. And even CJ says, Big Smoke, there's something that you're not telling me. So none of his missions have anything to do with Grove Street. They don't benefit Grove Street in any way possible.
Oh, Smoke, these cats is organized. It's something you ain't telling me, man.
Look, Carl, all I know is they real pissed with us right now. Hold on, though, I got an idea.
We also have Ryder not coming back. Now, this one focuses more on Ryder, but I decided to still throw it in there because it hints at his betrayal. Now, in the mission House Party, what happens is a Grove Street member goes up to the gang and tells them that the Ballas are going to attack Grove Street. They're sending a lot of people over here. Ryder, at the beginning of the mission, runs off and says, I'll go get some backup, to which Ryder never returns. It's because Ryder was actually possibly hoping that Grove Street would be wiped out in this case, but they didn't. Another special mention is Big Smoke makes statements in the story that just make no sense. Take a listen to these.
What was with you back there, Smoke?
Man, if you can eat your food while everybody else is losing theirs and blaming you, you straight, homie.
What?
Nothing. Just some poetry I read.
What's going on, man? Shit seemed pretty fucked up.
People have to open their eyes and their hearts, CJ.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the choices all men face, brother. Sometimes they seem real, but other times there's no choice at all.
At least you still talking shit. You ain't changed a bit.
Who, me? No, never.
And the final special mention before we unveil the #1 hint that Big Smoke was going to betray Grove Street is Big Smoke and Ryder almost abandoning CJ and Sweet at the motel. Now, in reuniting the families, Sweet meets up with the other Grove Street families in hopes of linking them up and putting their differences aside. What happens is the police raid the motel, and Big Smoke and Ryder immediately drive off. They just leave CJ there. Now, CJ fights his way through the motel and gets to Sweet. When he gets to Sweet, he tells them that Big Smoke basically bailed on them. Now, the reason that I think Big Smoke actually came back, a lot of people are wondering, why would Big Smoke come back? The reason I think he came back is because Big Smoke knows how capable CJ is. He's seen how many gangsters CJ has killed. So he was probably thinking CJ could possibly get Sweet out of this. And CJ probably would have gotten Sweet out of that situation, even if Big Smoke hadn't arrived. So he was probably scared that if CJ and Sweet got out, Sweet would have gotten rid of Smoke the second that he got back, especially after the drive-thru incident of not shooting. In this case, he came back to try to make himself look like he was loyal when he really wasn't. And #1, the #1 hint that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ and Grove Street is trying to push crack. Take a look at this cutscene in the introduction.
Hey, fool, we losing the streets, man.
Nah, we just standing by our principles, homie.
But our principles are making us bitches, man. Every day ballers get stronger and you and I get weaker. You and I get poorer, man.
Man, that shit'll blow over.
Oh,
it
whatever,
always
man.
does.
The fucking playground craze, man. This is the biggest money-making opportunity that guys like us will ever see.
I got all the shit I need. Man, I thought we was in this for the hood. Not destroying the family, man. It's Grove Street, nigga.
That's right, throughout the story and the introduction to San Andreas, there's a few instances in which Big Smoke will actually defend crack distribution. Now, the main difference between Grove Street and the Ballas in ideology is that Grove Street is completely against drugs. Grove Street believes that the drugs will destroy the neighborhood. Sweet has no toleration for crack selling whatsoever. On the other hand, Big Smoke is completely open to that idea and says that it will make them a lot of money. Now, this is extremely suspicious, considering the fact that all of Grove Street's enemies, the Vagos, the Ballas, they are openly distributing crack, and then Sweet, the leader of it, says no crack whatsoever, but the second in command constantly questioning him, and plus all the other suspicious things that have gone on through the story. Somebody, if you look at everything, put it all together, even before the betrayal, you look at all that very carefully, you can see he's going to betray Sweet in order to be able to start selling crack, in order to create this crack empire. Just take a look at this dialogue right here, in which he argues with Sweet about selling crack.
Ever made a gang type?
Oh, no, man.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, CJ?
What's cracking?
Man, all they care about is smoking and money.
You can't knock a homie's hustle, Sweet.
Them marks ain't soldiers. They idiots trying to be businessmen.
Yeah, but they down with us, man.
All they down with is money. CJ, go down there and show these fools you mean business. These chumps from the Ballas are sweating the homies. Go put pressure on them. Let's do it.
We've been putting time in the hood, but we gotta get the homies back together. Like the old days.
Yeah, you right. So you and Ryder gonna handle your business. Man, they're slang to their own mama. They don't care about nothing.
You're naive, my friend. We gotta keep our focus.
The reason this is the biggest sign of betrayal, in my opinion, is because think about it this way. Big Smoke has taken the exact same position as his enemies, the Ballas, and constantly questioning Sweet's leadership. When somebody in your group is taking the exact same position as the enemy, that's pretty much saying that betrayal is right around the corner. And on top of that, there's this extra cutscene in the introduction in which Big Smoke is talking to Ryder and tells him that we got no choice. When he says we got no choice, he's talking about Tenpenny forcing him into this crack empire, but at the same time he's laughing about it and telling Ryder that we'll make a lot of money, which shows that he doesn't care at all about Sweet. He doesn't care at all about Grove Street. And then there's this scene of Tenpenny walking with Pulaski in which he says that fat guy would see it our way. He's talking about Big Smoke.
I knew that fat fuck would see it our way.
Yeah,
Always do once they understand the choices we're offering. Say, Frank, what the hell are we gonna do about this Hernandez coming on board with us?
Additionally, there's a dialogue where CJ will tell Big Smoke what's going on here. Is all the problems because of drugs? And Big Smoke will actually refuse to comment on it. And this is in the mission, the wrong side of the tracks.
Was it always like this?
Was what always like this?
Always fucked up around here? Or is it because of the drugs?
What you think, man?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Yo, hey, don't ask a wise man, Frank. Ask a fool.
That's what I was doing.
Well, if you're gonna make this thing personal, I ain't speaking on it no more.
So that is that for this video. I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to explain the top 5 hints that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ. The reason I wanted to make this video is because there's a lot of hints in the storyline, and it shows what a masterpiece the San Andreas storyline is. That the second time you replay it, you start to notice a lot of these things. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like, and if you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, subscribe. Additionally, if you want to know who killed CJ's mom and you're confused on the lore of it, I have a video that I made explaining in detail who was behind the plot to kill CJ's mom. I'll have that video linked at the end of this one. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.